Number 41. When you need to delegate permission to several Azure virtual machines simultaneously, you must deploy Azure Virtual Machine to same Azure region by using the same Azure resource group template, the same resource group to the same availability zone. So the correct answer is same resource group. Let me explain. What is the delegating permission in Azure? Delegating permission means assigning role using RBAC. So if you want to assign any role to user group as server principals, so for this you have to manage the resource. Rollback roles can be applied at a different scope. Management group, subscription, resource group, and individual resource like VM. So resource group is if all the VM in the same resource group, you can apply a rule once at the resource level, sorry, group level, and it will apply to all the VM inside it. Different resource group. If you need to apply roles separately to each group, Azure region has no effect on the RBAC. ARM template. ARM template help to deployment, but not directly with the permission and management. Availability zone, a physical location concept, irrelevant here to our work. Something like if you want to manage only VM, put those VM into dedicated resource group and assign a role like virtual machine contributors at the resource group level. And all the VM inside that resource group will have a same rights. So answer is that in same resource group, if you will deploy virtual machine as a one virtual machine, it will be correct. Question number 42. Your company plan to migrate all its data and resources to Azure. The company's migration plan states that only platform as a service solution must be used in Azure. You need to deploy an Azure environment that meets the company migration plan. Solution. You create an Azure virtual machine, Azure SQL database, Azure storage account. Does it meet your goal? So, migrating everything to Azure, we have a goal. And condition we have only platform as a service. And solution we have, you have to create virtual machine, you have to create Azure SQL database and storage account. So what will happen if we will have a IS, Azure Virtual Machine? So IS, you can manage the OS, patching and configuring. This violate the past service requirement. So if you have a Azure database as well, so that is also the part of PAS. Fully managed SQL platform. No need to manage OS, SQL engine and data. So yes, this will fulfill our requirement. Azure storage account. Yes, this is also the part of the PaaS service. So this will offer manage the storage block, views, tables, etc. No infrastructure management needed. So problem we have here that Azure virtual machine you are using the IaaS only. Getting means which break our company rule. Only we have a PaaS service. We do not have a IaaS service. So we cannot able to install the virtual machine, which is in statement means our solution is required. You create an Azure virtual machine. So can we create Azure virtual machine if you have a PaaS? This is the simple answer. No. But that's why I was explaining why it's no. Because SQL database, you can create Azure storage accounts, you can create by the PaaS service, but Azure virtual machine is only we can create by the IAS if you have. So answer will be no. Question of 43. This is statement based question. We have to select statement is correct or not correct. Means yes or no. So statement 1 is saying as an Azure resource can have multiple delete log. Azure allow only one log for each type of resource. So you can have only delete log, but not multiple log. So answer is no. Statement 2. An Azure resource inherits log from the resource group. Yes, it's true. If a log is applied to a resource group level, then it inherited by the all the resource that is inside that group. For example, a delete log at the resource group level prevent deleting any resource which is inside that resource group. So statement 2 is S. Statement 3 is saying if an Azure resource has a read only log, you can add a delete log to the resource. Yes, you can. You cannot assign both log at the same level. But yes, read and delete at the same time. Only you can log of each statement is allowed. So you can apply both log if done at a time level. Means if only one log of the each type is allowed, you can apply both type if done at a different level. Like RG access resource group means one is the resource group level, another is the resource, but not two different log on the same resource. So statement is no. So final answer if we say so Azure resource group and Azure resource can have a multiple statement two. An Azure resource inherit log from its resource group. Yes, this can correct. If log is applied to the resource group level, it inherits all the resource in the group. So for example, a delete log is at the resource group level, preventing delete any resources which is inside it. So yes, statement 2 is correct. Statement 3. If a resource has a read log, you can add a delete log to the resource. No, you can't assign both log at the same level. Read only and delete at the same time. Only one log of the each type is allowed. You can apply both type if done at a different level. Like one is the RG resource group and another is the resource, but not two different log on the same resources. So statement 3 is no. Question number 44. This is also a statement based question. We have to select is it yes or no. Means the statement is true or false. Statement 1. An Azure subscription can associated to multiple Azure Active Directory tenants. Answer is no. Why? An Azure subscription associated with only one Azure AD tenant at a time. However, user from the multiple tenant can be grant access using B2B, means business to business collaboration. But the subscription itself belongs to only one tenant. So statement is false. Statement 2. You can change an Azure Active Directory tenant to which an Azure subscription is associated. True. Because it is possible to transfer subscription from one Azure AD tenant to another tenant. This process also known as the directory switch. It involves ensuring both tenants are under the same Azure account first. Moving resource is necessary as well. Updating rollback means are back roles post switch. So statement 2 is true. Statement 3. When Azure subscription expires and associated Azure Active Directory tenant is deleted automatically. No, never. Azure AD tenant are not deleted automatically. When a subscription expires, the tenant remains and can be used manage other service or subscription. You would need to delete the tenant manually, and even that can be done if no resource remains, no user there, billing and license are clear. So statement 1 is no, statement 2 is yes, and statement 3 is question number 45. This is also a statement based question in which we have to again select yes or no. Means statement is correct or not correct. Means true or false. Statement 1. North America is represented by a single Azure region. No. Why? North America has a multiple Azure region, not just one. For example, East US are there, West US, Central US, Canada Central, and Canada East. These are the regions you can remember for exam purpose as well as whenever you will try to do some practice on the Azure portal, then you will also see these will come in the drop down. When you will select the region, these will come. So, no. Statement 2. Every Azure region has a multiple data center. Yes. As we know that in a region, there will be a multiple data center. So Azure region is a not single data center. It is made of the at least one or more data center that is physically separated within a specific geographic area to ensure the redundancy and availability. Microsoft keep extract data center number of the confidential, but it confirmed that each region has a multiple facility. So statement 2 is true. Statement 3. Data transfer between the Azure service located in different Azure region is always true. No. Data transfer between different regions or inter-region usually charges. Means we can say it's a chargeable. Transferring a data from East US to West US is not free. Only intra-region means within the same region or same service like Azure Global Peering under specific condition may be cheaper or free. But if we directly ask that a data transfer between Azure service located different Azure region are always free, no, it is not free. Yeah, in some situation it may be cheaper but not free. So statement 1 is false, statement 2 is yes, and statement 3 is again false. Question of 46. Azure Cosmos DB is an example of offering platform as a service, PaaS, infrastructure as a IaaS, serverless software as a service. So correct answer is the platform as a service. Azure Cosmos DB is a globally distributed NoSQL data service provider by the Microsoft Azure. It abstracts away infrastructure and offer ready-to-use database capability, which fit into the PaaS, is platform as a service. You do not manage the server or operating system. You just provision the data center, set the configuration, and start using it like SDK or APIs. So Microsoft managing infrastructure, patching, scaling, and replication. Overall, to use the Azure Cosmos DB, it's up to us. But to manage the Cosmos DB, it is only managed by the Microsoft, not from our side. Now come to the all the rest of the options. One is the infrastructure as service. So this would involve to managing the VM storage, networking, which you do not have to do with the Cosmos DB. Serverless Cosmos DB supports. serverless mode, but as a whole, the service is still considered as a pass. As a software as service is not like um, Cosmos DB. Cosmos DB is belongs on the platform as a service. Like, software as service, if you want to know, so I can give some example like Microsoft 365, Salesforce, Gmail. These are the software as service in which only we use the software. So answer is a platform as a service. Question number 47. Question of 47 is again a statement based question. Have to select yes or no. Means statement is true or false. So statement 1 is saying you can use the availability zone in Azure to protect Azure virtual machine from the data center failure. Correct. Availability zone is mainly used to handle the failure of data center. Availability zone are physically separated data center within a region. If one data center fails, your VM in another zone remains running. So, this protects from the single data center failure within the same Azure region. Statement 1 is true. Statement 2. You can use availability zone in Azure to protect Azure virtual machine from the region failure. See, here he is asking for the region failure. So no, availability zone exists within a single Azure region. If an entire region fail, all availability zone in the region will be impacted. So no, protect against the region-wide failure, you need to use the Azure paired region or geo-redundant region services. At that time, you can yes, you can save your data, you can up your machine. But if in the same Azure, same zone region is failure, then it's not possible. So statement two is false. You can use statement three. You can use availability zone in Azure to protect Azure managed disk from the data center failure. Yes, Azure offers geo-redundant managed disk that replicate data across the availability zone. So even if one data center fails, your data is safe another zone. So statement two is three is true. So statement one is yes, statement two is no, and statement three is yes. Question number 48. A team of developers at your company plan to deploy and then remove 50 customized virtual machines each week. 30 of the virtual machines run Windows Server 2016 and 20 of the virtual machines run on the Ubuntu Linux. You need to recommend which Azure service will minimize the administrative effort required to deploy and remove the virtual machine. What should you recommend? Option is A Azure Reserve virtual machine instance, B Azure virtual machine skill set, Azure Dev Test Lab, Microsoft Managed Desktop. See, option is Azure Dev Test Lab. Why? Because Azure Dev Test Lab is specially designed for the quickly creating temporary virtual machine, automatic provisioning and deprovisioning option, enabling auto shutdown, costing tracking, and reusability of the VM templates, minimizing manual admin works for the development testing scenario like this. So these are the functionality, these are the facility we will get from the Azure Dev Test Lab, and this is should in our question. Why another option is not true? For example, we are taking option A, Azure Reserve Virtual Machine instance. These are long-term uses, like 1 to 3 years, with a cost saving, not suited for the temporary or dynamic deployment environment. Right. So option A, Azure Reserved Virtual Machine instance is not suited here. Right. Another option have a Azure Virtual Machine skill set. So skill set only designed to auto scaling identical VMs. Behind to load balancing mostly used in production for uniform workload, not customized or frequently created and destroyed their machine. Option D, Microsoft Managed Desktop. So a Microsoft Managed Desktop enterprise solution for managing employee desktop, not for managing dev and test VM or custom infrastructure. So option A, option B, and option D is incorrect. Only option C suits for us. Once again, I am telling why option C is suits for us because Azure Dev Test Lab quickly create temporary virtual machine. Azure Desktop Labs have ability to automatically provisioning and deprovisioning option. Azure Dev Test Lab have the ability to enable auto shutdown, costing tracking, and reusability of the VM template. And Dev Test Lab have ability to minimize manual administrative tasks for the deployment and testing scenario. So these are the functionality which we have in Azure Dev Test Lab. So option C is correct. Question number 49. One of the benefit of the Azure SQL data warehouse is that high availability is built into the platform. Instruction: review the underlying text. If it makes a statement correct, select no change is needed. If statement is incorrect, select answer choice that make the statement is correct. So no change, option A, no change needed. Option B, auto scaling. Option C, data compressing. And option D, versioning. So the statement, as per my point of view, option A, no change needed. Why? Because as Azure SQL Data Warehouse, now called as Azure Synapse Analytics, does indeed high availability by the design. And why? It is the PaaS offering, so Microsoft automatically handle infrastructure redundancy, also automatic failures, and also it handle the backup and restore. So it runs on the distributed architecture, helping ensure uptiming even in case of the hardware or node failure. Therefore, high availability is being featured. So no change is needed in this statement. Right. Option B, C, and D is incorrect? Let me explain. Automatic scaling. Azure Synapse offer manual or schedule scaling, but not automatic scaling. Remember, these are the main points we need to remember always that Azure Synapse offer manual or schedule scaling, not automatic, right? So automatic scaling is incorrect. Data compression. Data compression, this is the benefit, but it's not key point being evaluated in the current statement, right? Versioning. Versioning not a primary feature of the Azure SQL data warehouse. It is more relevant to the source control and log Azure. Whenever you will read to the DevOps, at that time versioning, you will know what exactly versioning is, what, how we will push the application and how we will create the version of the application and what is the exactly benefit of the versioning. So this is not relevant here. So option B, C and D is incorrect and option A is correct. Question number 50. A support engineer plan to perform server Azure management task by using the Azure CLI. You install a CLI on computer. You need to tell the support engineer which tool to use to run the CLI. Which tool should you instruct the support engineer to use? Each correct answer present a complete solution. A. Command prompt. B. Azure Resource Explorer. C. Window PowerShell. D. Window Defender Firewall. And E. Network and Sharing Center. So option A is the command prompt, and option C is the window PowerShell. Why? Because after Azure CLI install on a system, it can be executed using a command prompt. You can open command prompt means CMD and run Azure CLI command prompt starting with the AG. For example, AG login, AG VM list. So if you will write AG VM list, it will give you the list of the all the VM. CLI is the platform agnostic and integrated well with the command line shells. Right. And Window PowerShell. Window PowerShell is another valid interface where Azure CLI command work the same way as the command prompt. Even though PowerShell has its own Azure module, that is also called AG module, you can still use the CLI inside if it's not installed. So option A and C is correct. The rest option B, D is incorrect. Right. Now I'm explaining. Azure Resource Explorer. Azure Resource Explorer is a web-based tool. It's not used to run Azure CLI command. And here it's asking for to run CLI command. Right. So option B is incorrect. Option D, Window Defender Firewall. This is means if you are coming from question one to till now, you know very well that the Window Defender is does not belong from the command and is not related to the managing means it's a use for the managing firewall and all the security related things. So it's not related to the CLI. Right. So option D is incorrect. Option E, Networking and Sharing Center. Networking and sharing center is mainly used to configure configuration and has no connection to CLI command execution. So option B, D is incorrect and option A and C is correct.